Ever wonder how millionaires manage to save so much money without stressing over every single purchase? Ever wonder why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others feel like they are drowning no matter how hard they try? The truth might surprise you because the secret is not about making the perfect budget or mastering every spreadsheet in the world. It is about automating your savings. It is about building a system so strong that your money works for you even while you sleep. Welcome back to Wealth Unlocked, where today we are diving deep into the millionaire secret: automate your savings. Think about it this way: most people believe that wealth comes only from massive paychecks, giant promotions, or hitting it big on some risky investment. But millionaires know something different. They understand that wealth is built through habits, routines, and systems. And the most powerful system of all is one that takes human emotion out of the equation. Because let us be honest, when payday comes around, we all have good intentions. We promise ourselves we will save what is left after the bills are paid, after the fun is had, after the late night impulse purchase, or the quick food delivery splurge. But what is usually left? Nothing or very little. Millionaires avoid this trap by doing something brilliantly simple. They save first, spend second. They lock their future wealth before life gets a chance to steal it away. They do this by automating transfers from checking to savings, by setting up investment contributions that happen without them ever touching a button or thinking twice. It is like planting a tree once and letting it grow on its own. They make one decision today and let that decision pay dividends for decades. Now here is where the magic really happens. When you automate savings, you are no longer fighting your own impulses. You are not relying on willpower. Willpower is weak at the end of a long workday when temptation calls, but automation is strong. Automation does not forget, does not procrastinate, and never makes excuses, and over time the results feel almost supernatural. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you have quietly built a six-figure cushion without the constant stress of micromanaging every dollar. That is how wealth feels unlocked. But let us dig deeper into the psychology behind it. Imagine you are standing in front of two doors. Door one leads to a future where you always intend to save but never quite manage it. Door two leads to a world where your savings build automatically without you lifting a finger. Which would you choose? The problem is most people think door two is complicated or reserved for the wealthy, but I am here to tell you it is not. In fact, anyone with a paycheck can set this up, and that is why this is the millionaire secret that almost feels unfair. And here is a bonus insight you will not want to miss. Millionaires often take automation even further. They split savings into multiple hidden accounts. They create buckets for retirement, emergency funds, investment opportunities, even guilt-free spending. They do not just build one safety net, they weave an entire web. And the beauty of this strategy is how it changes your mindset. You start to feel secure, you start to feel free, and that freedom creates momentum that drives you even further. So here is the first big shift I want you to remember: do not wait until the end of the month to save. Automate it at the very beginning. Pretend that money never existed, and what is left becomes your true spending budget. This tiny mental trick alone can separate you from the 90% of people who fail at saving, and it sets the stage for something bigger, something we are about to explore. Because if automating your savings feels powerful, just wait until you learn how to use it to accelerate investments, grow wealth faster, and even unlock opportunities that others will never see. Struggling with budgeting? You are not alone. In fact, most people find traditional budgeting exhausting, frustrating, and honestly kind of depressing. Staring at spreadsheet, cutting out every little joy in life, and then still feeling like the numbers never add up is enough to make anyone quit. But what if I told you that millionaires rarely budget in the way we are taught? They do not micromanage every coffee or sandwich. Instead, they design a system that makes budgeting almost irrelevant. And once again, the heart of that system is automation. Welcome back to Wealth Unlocked, where we reveal the hidden strategies that take the stress out of money. Here is the hard truth: you rely on discipline alone, you will lose eventually, because life will tempt you with vacations, with holidays, with sales, with emergencies. Discipline burns out over time, but an automated system never sleeps, never weakens, never bends. That is why millionaires treat automation as their number one ally. They know that building wealth should not depend on daily decisions, it should depend on structures in place that protect you from yourself. Imagine this: you set up an automatic transfer that moves 10% of your paycheck into savings. The very moment it hits your account, it is like paying yourself first. And because the money is gone before you see it, your brain quickly adapts. You stop feeling like you lost money. Instead, you feel like what is left is your real income. This is a millionaire-level mindset shift. They build a lifestyle around what remains, while their hidden savings continue to stack quietly in the background. But here is where the strategy gets even more powerful. Millionaires do not stop at savings. They automate investments to retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, even real estate funds can be fed automatically month after month without the owner lifting a finger. This turns ordinary people into silent investors while they go about their daily lives. The small, consistent deposits grow thanks to compounding, turning steady trickles into roaring rivers of wealth. And because it all happens automatically, there is no chance to talk themselves out of it, no opportunity for fear or hesitation to interfere. Think of it like planting seeds in a field. Some people wait for the perfect weather or perfect soil and never plant anything. Millionaires plant automatically every season, rain or shine. They know not every seed grows, but enough of them will. And with time, they will reap a harvest that others can only dream of. The automation ensures the planting always happens, and the compounding ensures the harvest is abundant. Now here comes the part that feels like a hidden bonus, the secret you were not expecting. Millionaires often automate not just savings and investments, but also guardrails against overspending. They use systems like automatic bill pay to avoid late fees. They schedule transfers into separate accounts designed for vacations or fun purchases. They trick their future selves into being responsible without feeling deprived. And when they finally enjoy that trip or that luxury item, they do it guilt-free. Because it was already planned and paid for in advance. This makes their wealth feel not like chains, but like freedom. And that is the shift most people miss. Automation is not about restriction, it is about liberation. It is about building a financial environment where the default path is success. You wake up each day knowing the most important work is already being handled in the background. That sense of control, that peace of mind is priceless. And when combined with the long-term compounding effect, it creates exponential growth. But here is the real question: how do you take this millionaire system and tailor it to your own life? Because the truth is, no two financial journeys look the same. Some people are drowning in debt, others are starting fresh, others want to grow wealth aggressively. The beauty of automation is that it can be customized for any of these paths, and in the next section, we will reveal exactly how to build your own millionaire-style automation system step by step so you can unlock wealth faster than you ever imagined. So how do you actually build your own millionaire-style system? Let us break it down step by step so it feels less like a complicated financial puzzle and more like unlocking a hidden path toward freedom, because this is what Wealth Unlock is all about: revealing the shortcuts that millionaires quietly use so you can apply them in your own life without needing a finance degree. Step 1. Pay yourself first. This is non-negotiable. Decide on a percentage of your income to save and invest before you spend a single dollar. It does not matter if it is 5%, 10%, or more. What matters is consistency, because the magic of compounding only works when you keep showing up. The earlier you start, the bigger the payoff. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill, small at first, but growing larger with every turn. The sooner you push that snowball, the more unstoppable it becomes. Step 2. Automate the transfer. Set up your bank to move that money the moment your paycheck hits. This could mean sending funds into a high-yield savings account, an IRA, a brokerage account, or even splitting them into multiple buckets. Remember, millionaires rarely keep all their savings in one place. They spread it across goals, retirement, emergencies, investments, and fun purchases. That way, every dollar already has a purpose before they even touch it. Step 3. Protect your system. The biggest mistake people make is turning automation off during tough months. They think they will catch up later, but later rarely comes. Millionaires know the secret is never breaking the chain. They build their lives around the money left after automation, not the other way around. Even if the amount automated is small, the habit itself is priceless. because it means wealth is always growing quietly in the background step for ad upgrades over time. Millionaires do not set up automation once and forget it forever. They increase contributions. Whenever income rises, they redirect windfalls like tax refunds, bonuses, or side hustle income directly into savings and investments without ever letting temptation touch it. Each upgrade feels small, but over years it creates a massive difference. That is why some people retire broke while others retire free. Now picture this. Imagine your future self 10 years from now looking back at the decision you make today. You open your banking app and see balances that no longer stress you out. You realize vacations are paid for before they even happen. Emergencies no longer scare you because the money is already waiting. Investments have grown so large that your money now earns more than your job. That feeling of control, that sense of freedom begins with the simple act of building an automated system today. But here is something even more exciting. Automation does not just protect your money, it also frees your mind. Think about the energy most people waste worrying about bills, about debt, about how they will cover next month's expenses. Millionaires eliminate that mental clutter by letting systems run silently in the background. They do not spend their lives managing money. They spend their lives living it, and that is exactly what I want for you now. I know what you might be thinking. What if my income is unpredictable? What if I live paycheck to paycheck? Here is the good news. Automation can still work in your favor even in tight circumstances. You can start small with even $5 or $10. The amount is less important than the habit. Because every time you stick to the system, you are training your brain to believe saving and investing are non-negotiable, and once that belief takes root, wealth grows naturally. And here comes the teaser for what is next. Because so far, we have uncovered the foundation of the millionaire secret, but in the final section, we are going to take it one step further. We are going to explore how millionaires use automation to not only grow wealth, but also to unlock opportunities that ordinary people never see, hidden advantages that feel like life hacks reserved for the wealthy. But once you understand them, you will realize they are available to you right now. Now we arrive at the part millionaires rarely talk about, the hidden layer of automation that not only protects and grows wealth, but also unlocks opportunities others never notice. This is the advanced level where your money does not just sit safely, it begins to create leverage, doors opening quietly in the background while you go about your daily life. And this is where Wealth Unlocked reveals the final keys. Millionaires design their systems so that automation feeds opportunities automatically. Think about how most people operate. They wait until they have extra money, then scramble to invest or join when everyone else is rushing, and they arrive late and settle for crumbs. But millionaires position themselves differently because their accounts are constantly being funded automatically. They are ready when an opportunity shows up. They have liquid cash waiting. They can invest in that property when the market dips or scoop up stocks when everyone else is panicking. This readiness makes them look lucky, but it is not luck, it is preparation. Another hidden advantage is that automation reduces decision fatigue. Every financial choice carries a cost in willpower and energy. If you are constantly deciding where to send each dollar, you will eventually make emotional mistakes. Millionaires cut this off at the root. Their system already decides for them. This frees mental bandwidth so they can focus on spotting big opportunities, building businesses, or simply enjoying life. And here is something very few realize: automated savings and investments create psychological separation from money. You stop feeling like you are losing cash and start feeling like you are building assets. It rewires your brain from scarcity to abundance, and when you operate from abundance, you attract bigger plays. Bigger risks suddenly feel manageable because your foundation is already secured. You can bet on yourself because your safety net is strong. That is millionaire thinking. Now let us talk about the ultimate layer of automation: reinvestment. Millionaires set up systems where the returns from their investments are reinvested automatically. Dividends are not spent, they are rolled back into the portfolio. Interest payments are not cashed out, they are compounded. The cycle feeds itself like a wheel, spinning faster and faster until the momentum is unstoppable. This is how small beginnings grow into empires without the need for constant intervention. But here is the secret twist that brings it all together: automation is not about being perfect, it is about being consistent. Millionaires do not avoid every mistake, they overspend. Sometimes they miss opportunities, they make bad calls. But their automated systems keep them moving forward no matter what, and that relentless forward motion builds results over decades. That is why people on the outside call it luck, while those on the inside know it was structure all along. So now the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because knowing the secret is only the first step. Putting it into practice is where lives transform. And the best part is you do not have to wait. You can start today with whatever amount you can automate. Whether it is $5, $50, or $500, the principle is the same. You are building a system that takes you out of the 90% who fail and puts you into the exclusive circle who succeed. And that is the true meaning of wealth unlocked. It is not about chasing every shiny opportunity or grinding yourself into exhaustion. It is about building invisible systems that quietly protect you, quietly grow your wealth, and quietly prepare you for moments others will miss. Millionaires are not magicians. They are system builders, and now you have the blueprint. So as you finish this journey, ask yourself one final question. If I automated even a small part of my savings today, what kind of future would that unlock for me? Because the future is coming whether you are ready or not. The only difference is whether it finds you scrambling to catch up or calmly prepared with wealth quietly waiting behind the scenes.